ShellPoint. I'm Christy Skinner, your Senior Director of Healthcare Services, and today I'm joined by Heather Jones, Director of Physical Therapy Services. And I'd like to talk to you today. It is National Occupational Therapy Month in the month of April. So we're really excited to enlighten you as to what those services are, as well as introduce you, if you haven't been already, to Heather and the many services that can be provided at the Larson Pavilion, as well as other areas on campus. So Heather, thank you so much for joining me today. I realize that you've been here for almost a year, which is really probably hard to believe how much time flies.
Yes.
And we've really never had the chance here on the ShellPoint campus to formally introduce the community to a little bit more about you, both personally and professionally. So would you mind sharing with the ShellPoint community a little bit more about you?
Yeah. So I've been a physical therapy assistant for over 13 years now. I've been with rehab care for over 7 years, and 7 of those years have been in management. I'm married, no kids, but I have a cat and a dog who are pretty much my children.
Yeah, they tend to become that, especially when you don't have any other kiddies running around the house. They're your babies, I'm sure.
They are quite spoiled.
So you're from Kansas.
Yes.
How in the world did you get to Florida? And compare Kansas to Florida. Do you like one over the other?
So about 8 years ago, I actually did a contract job in Naples, Florida, which is actually also where I met my husband. We ended up moving back to Kansas, moved to a couple other states, but we fell in love with Florida, so we ended up back here.
I think a lot of the ShellPoint community can relate to that because they tend to fall in love with the Florida atmosphere, environment, and they want to call it home pretty quickly. So as I spoke about in the beginning of our segment, it is National Occupational Therapy Month. And I think a lot of people think that one therapy is like the other. So if you'll let us know, what is occupational therapy?
So occupational therapy deals with more of your activities of daily living. So cooking meals, bathing, getting dressed, taking a shower, all that good stuff.
Okay, so those are pretty important modalities that people need to learn to do or need to learn to redo if they lose those skill sets. Right. How does occupational therapy differ from other therapies such as physical therapy and speech therapy?
So physical therapy, you're really going to be working on more of your gait training, balance, and those big, gross motor movements. Speech therapy is going to work more on cognition and swallowing. And then also for occupational therapy, they're going to be working on those fine motor skills. So whether it be buttoning up a shirt, zipping up a shirt, tying your shoes, putting on your socks, those fine motor skills that you would need to do those things.
So if I'm new to the ShellPoint campus or never utilized your services before, what all, as far as services and programs, do you offer at the therapy department at the Larson Pavilion?
So we offer a wide range. You name it, we probably have a program for it. So we have everything from orthopedic programs to fall management, cardiopulmonary, stroke rehab, swallowing, cognition, all that good stuff.
Okay, well, great. I bet you're not bored in the therapy department on any given day.
Something different every day.
Okay. So for the ShellPoint community, what else would you want them to know about your therapy services here on campus? So if I'm not at the Larson Pavilion and I'm not there for short-term rehab, what else do they need to know? Can they get therapy if I'm in the assisted living? Can they get therapy there? Can they come in for outpatient therapy? What else do they need to know from you?
Yeah, so they can definitely come in for outpatient therapy, and we've also been branching out more and actually going to the assisted living to provide outpatient therapy for the ones that maybe can't make it over there. We've also been doing healthy learning lectures once a month at the social center, and then we're starting a new process with the senior fit testing starting this month.
How do you do the senior fit testing? What is that?
So I've divided the community up into 6 different categories. So we'll be at one category each month. So there'll be 2 sessions every year.
Great, excellent. I know that our residents at ShellPoint are very into their health, wellness, proactive approach into their well-being. So I know that that's going to be very popular this year if they haven't participated prior. And I know that the follow-up in the referral process is going to be very proactive this year, because last year I think it was just figuring out what everybody's interest level was, and now we can manage the process a lot more efficiently now that you know what their interest level is going to be.
Yes, definitely.
So if I'm a resident, I've never used therapy services before, how do I get started if I want to use therapy services with you?
So you'll need a referral from the doctor. A lot of times if you're using the med center doctor, we can kind of help get that script for you. All you would need to do is just call us over at our office. Jocelyn in the office or Tina in the office or even myself can help work you through that process.
So definitely get a prescription from my primary, or if it's the medical center, you guys can assist with that process and making it more streamlined. So as you can tell, occupational therapy is just one of many therapy services that are offered at the Larson Pavilion, both inpatient if you come there for rehab services for a short-term stay, outpatient if you're an assisted living resident or an independent resident, senior fit testing, many different areas of service to offer. So Heather and her team, she has, I believe, 25 staff
At least.
that are ready to service you. So we are well equipped to provide you the therapy services that you're looking for, and excited to do so to keep you being the best that you can be. So how would they, if they want to find out more information, we many times offer an email, but for your team, it's best to call. What's the number to call?
The number to call would be 454-2256.
Okay, well, thank you so much for joining me. It's a pleasure to get to know you further, and that you love Florida over Kansas, because that guarantees that we're going to have Heather with us for a very long time. Her warm, friendly personality is just another reason that we love their service, and she's excellent at what she does. So thank you so much, Shell Point, for allowing us the opportunity to offer you another Medical Minute. And until next time, stay healthy.